I made a journey.
Your sister, yeah, is messaging the group chat saying, I'm on my way to the pod. I said, what pod?
I literally...
You don't even know. You know when she put that message, I called her straight away.
I was underground.
Yeah, but she was underground, so they don't know. It didn't go through straight.
When I say I was underground, I was underground as in the doors was just opening at Canary Wharf.
When I spoke to her, I was like,
heartbreaking still.
Hurt.
It's a wasted journey.
And I left the bed there. And there was no one at home. You know, one of them days where they don't come off.
Oh, so you were already home?
I was already home. I collected my body, showered, got ready, and did the journey. Bear in mind, I
have bedtime shower.
Yeah.
Oh, that should be. Oh, but you stepped out. Oh,
bear in mind, I'm not feeling well, so I even washed off the rub.
If I've had my bed like my late night, this is my night shower. I'm not leaving my house.
And I was speaking to my sister. She was like, "You're not well. Why don't you?" I was like, "I can't let my team down."
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I have to come out.
No, we appreciate
for everyone to be like, "Where you going? Where you going?"
Yeah, play around, fam. I don't know what studio you for. Nah, that's mad. How about you, bro?
Whew. It's been a heavy week. Exams closing in right now.
How's that been? How's the kids been? I was gonna say, what's this group now? Because I don't see you get new year group.
I think this is the most dysregulated and unserious year 11 group I've had in a long time. Still, the penny hasn't dropped for them, and the exams start literally on the 11th, which is what.
That's basically next week.
Yeah.
Damn.
And there's still some kids messing around, not being serious. It's just. But the thing is, when you talk to other teachers and when I've spoken to other professionals, it's across the board. And I think this is the year that these are the COVID youths that were transitioning from primary school into secondary school. I missed those years. They missed year
9.
This year must have been, this year was year 5 going to year 6 because Shay's year was year 6 going into year 7 in COVID.
Okay, so
this is the year under,
But then obviously that COVID was 2 years, so they definitely
they had their whole year 6 in lockdown.
They missed year 6 and then year 7 was shaky and then I think year 8 from there. So there's like gaps in learning. You can see concentration, like attitude towards learning. It's all over the place. But then you have a handful of students who, you get me, see, they kind of make you want to teach again and kind of should give you that passion. But then you have classes, you're like, bruv.
May I ask, do you think, yes, I think COVID has a bearing, but do you also think social media and the culture of how to earn an income has also caused students to decline in seriousness?
Yes, I think social media had a big impact because obviously, as you know, like the kids are just exposed to so much. They see so many different things and see so many different ways to make money. And now there's a lot of information that will kind of allude to like the education system being flawed. Students have access to this information and they can kind of see themselves how there may be certain things that like, why am I even learning this? Or what is this? Or what is that?
I think it's just the way the world has shifted now, I think. And I was saying this to my mum a couple of weeks ago. Back in her days, or even when we were still a bit young, the norm was to just work, do your 9 to 5, get your 9 to 5, get married.
That narrative is shifted still.
Now in this generation, bro, you can drop a video tonight, go to bed,
and then tomorrow you
blow. Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
And age doesn't matter anymore.
And it's not. Yeah. And age, it's at any.
You got kids in year 10 making salaries.
Big money. You got aunties who are doing retirement. They're doing TikTok and
big up the aunties all the aunties in the world that have clocked the social media game
and
the TikTok game and have been hustling. Because if I scroll through TikTok right now, at least 20 aunties are hitting it.
They do it.
20 aunties are hustling.
You know who you're trying to cook on TikTok as well? My mum, bro.
Big up mummy.
Do you know alright, cool. If there's one person I know in this world that comes up with crazy schemes like Phineas and Ferb, has to be your mum. Every Brian always telling me his mum's up to something.
You did not just compare Auntie to Phineas and Ferb.
Up to something, creating something.
Cool. If I'm honest, like I love what she's doing.
I love it, man.
It's like it's interesting for her, but I just tell mum, like, mum, I just can't watch the videos. Like, I'll support you from afar.
Your mum.
It's your mum, innit?
Cringe.
Yeah.
It's your mum.
Like, bro.
It's your mum.
Bro, on her birthday, oh my God. On her birthday, what's she doing again? She bought my little brother a guitar.
Oh my God.
So she's doing a TikTok as if she's playing the guitar and she's not playing the guitar and she's doing all of this. I'm like, oh
But do you know it is? But do you know it is?
Someone will see it and love it.
there
Oh,
you
I
go.
saw that,
I was
bro.
just about to say that.
No,
There's an audience
I
for that.
I hear it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not.
For our age, for their age group, I've clocked. They actually have their own TikTok or social media.
Yeah, they got their own pool of people
So-
100.
Mumsy's probably getting in 20 viewers.
I think on her profile right now in total, she got about 10 bags likes on her whole profile.
You see?
And I was like, big up your thing, because
You
I ain't
see?
got that. I don't even post on TikTok anyway. Like, I'm not doing that. But big her up. I'm like, just keeping her busy, innit?
Yo.
I know. I think some of our parents here were born in the wrong era.
Yeah.
I know my mum.
100%.
If my mum was born in the era that we're in, bro, she'll
be
be an
off.
influencer.
Yeah,
Gone.
she'll be off. She'll be off.
Would my mum
Gone.
be an influencer?
Bro, my mom. I know personally.
I think
my
I should have
mum
been born in the
would
80s
be
so
doing
that I
social
had
media.
my...
She'll be gone.
Yeah, I think
I should have had my teens and 20s in the 90s. That
I would have loved to, but obviously the risk of everything in the world back then was a bit too high.
yes.
I don't know if I could. I would love to,
Bro, if they made it, bro, you make it.
but nah, man. Like the 90s, I feel like I would have loved to have the 90s as a teen.
Oh, and early 20s.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have
Yeah,
loved
like
it.
late teens though. Like I'm talking like
In 18, 19.
90. Oh,
Yeah.
going into college. Oh, I think I would have had my.
What's
Oh,
that? Going
it
college
would
in
have
the
been
90s?
amazing.
Yeah, I think I would have enjoyed.
Be wearing baggy jean and Averex jacket.
Facts.
I even
Facts.
want to
I want to show my
now,
pick me
not
them
the new ones,
pictures.
the old
You
school
see?
ones.
Yeah, I want to show. You see them showing your kids what your drip was back in the day. Yeah, yo, this is what your dad was on, fam.
Even small things like recording a song for your voicemail, putting it near the TV, turning the volume up.
I'm deep
Little
in how
things
much I
like
miss a
that.
Walkman. I don't miss it, but damn, a Walkman.
Yeah.
A Walkman was.
Sony Ericsson, even the Shake. Was it a Shake?
Oh yeah, hey. It says, see, tech.
Think
back
about
then
it.
was more
That is
fun.
the stupidest tech you can think of.
Why?
Because basically it's like raw. You press the Sony Ericsson
Ericsson
button,
button,
and
yeah.
you do that, and it changes it changes your song for you.
But is it though? Because we see things still do
feel
that
like
to this
tech
day.
was more fun back then.
Cool. When it first came out, I was like, oh my days, you can change your song by doing that. But if you really deep, it's like, brother,
Out of everything you
You don't
put
just
get-
press
you know,
next,
it's-
fam. Why you?
We've seen so much.
He's shaking your hand.
Do you know that mentality is coming from? You've been privileged with so much tech.
No, of course, I've seen how it's
No, 'cause
developed.
back then, I can't lie. The tech they were dropping back then, brother.
Crazy.
Do you remember how long it took for us to be able to even use the internet app? It was on everyone's phone for so long, but
It was
you couldn't.
janky.
Load
The
it,
worst
man,
internet.
load it,
You weren't getting
load
nothing
it,
on that.
load
fam.
You'll be waiting for a minute.
Hour, you go back, it's still loaded.
Be loading
but
for a
I'm
minute.
grateful that I grew up in half my age was in the era of no internet because we're that
Yeah.
generation. We are half.
You got the
half.
best of both.
Yeah.
We did.
We literally were smack right back.
You know
in
what's
the middle.
interesting?
Yeah.
There's some young people that say, "Oh, I wish that," because I've heard students say, like, they ask me, "So, what's it like with your childhood?" And I explain, like, I can't WhatsApp my brethren, I can't call him on Snapchat and say, "Are you coming out today?" I'm going to his address, to his house,
At risk.
and
No,
knocking.
but then you had to show them more time. Your friends were all lived around.
Yeah,
you.
no, of course, I told them
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So I'm like, there's no, hey, come, man's going there. Or
Auntie,
if
can I
we
think
said we're
about
going
it?
here at this time, everyone's there. Whoever's not there, then right, your mum they let you out.
Fact,
the only
bro.
thing-
Sometimes we actually knew why a man wouldn't come out back then. Mumsy said you can't go out.
Yeah, straight. I think also we had our generation. We did start having stuff like 5-day pass so we could call more.
Yeah,
and we had
yeah.
MSM. Oh
Yeah,
wow,
MSN.
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 big
So,
up-
yeah.
big up
Forget
that app.
However,
Big up
I
that
do
app.
think
Great app.
that wasn't even
Hey.
app. That was for the computer.
yes,
you ain't getting
bro.
that on no phone.
You see the celebration? Yeah.
I must
Beautiful
say,
one.
I do think living in that era caused us to have so much social skill because we had to learn how to conform. For example, when you're going to auntie's house to knock for your friend, you knew how to talk. You would
Yeah.
even see the friend at the window and they'll be
Don't
giving
come
you
there
a cue.
dishevelled.
Don't come dragged out.
Don't come with mash up. I must
Auntie,
be like, what?
You think my mum's gonna see you and think?
No,
And
no,
you
no,
better
no.
come with a story like, "Oh, my mum said I can only play out if so and so is
allowed
allowed
to come out.
So
Yeah,
I'm
you better-
coming
you
to
gotta be ready.
ask
Bruv, do you remember
because-
trying to get sleepovers, fam?
Oh, that sleepovers in
What is
my
what is
country.
sleepovers?
It didn't exist.
No, it didn't
Like,
exist.
Sleepovers.
I don't think I ever went to a sleepover, but my friends were allowed to come. That's how my mum was.
I had
Yeah.
one brethren that I could go there because his mum was obviously she was Congolese, my mum was from Ivory Coast, they're both French speaking Africans. And when they first moved here, my mum was like her first point of contact. So they became really cool. And I was like, me and my boy P became mad cool. So years down the line, when we hit secondary school, like year 11, like first year college, mum, can I go? Yeah, that was calm.
But that's what
and
I
he
said,
will
first
come
year
and
college, though.
I went secondary
that
school. It was a bit
was-
later
Like
on.
secondary schools ones were, but
Bro,
like I
none
said,
of that.
I
Even
couldn't
Jordan,
go, but
who
the
I've been
man them
like,
could
my
come.
boy Jules, I've been bridges with him since I was 3 years old.
not
On his
happening.
birthday, mum, his house is 5 minutes from my yard.
I think
Can I stay there? She said, nah.
the only household I was allowed to stay at, God rest her soul, was my friend Samantha. But our families were so interlinked with
Yeah.
church. But
If it ain't
and
connection,
church
if your mom's connection ain't like this with that person,
It's not happening.
It's not happening, man.
It's not happening.
Give it up.
So my first official sleepover where my mum did not have like a tight connection with the mum was first year of college.
Yeah.
LOL.
And my
Yeah,
mum
a bit
still,
rude.
Rules are
my
different
mum
back then,
still had
fam.
to have her mum's number. Still had to find out what kind of household it
Yeah,
was.
Mumsy was still.
No, what? Because you have to
Still-
do these checks. I can't lie.
Yeah.
What my child said tell you about that, bro, there's no sleepover till, bro, you're like 15 plus. Don't talk to me about no sleepover till you're 15, 16.
I don't
Alright,
want to
cool.
hear
What
about
about
it.
this?
I won't do all of that.
Like, for instance, when we all have kids, if my kids
Yeah,
say
bro,
they
that's
wanna go
different,
play
bro.
with your son or
If
your
you
daughter or
hit me
whatever,
and say, say nothing, that's calm.
Also, remember, we know each other's standard because of how we are.
yeah.
Even
It
though
all
you guys are
depends.
males,
Yeah,
I know you enough to know. I know you and Vic got my kids.
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
also know you know my standard enough to, for example, even if there's something that you allow in your house that I might not, you'll be like, your mum ain't having that. So,
Yeah,
you can't do
facts.
that.
You ain't putting me in problems with your mum, because
want
you
this
might,
shit.
you
'Cause you
get
don't know.
beat.
Yeah.
Your one's quick. Pa, 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 pa. You're going to sleep in pain. See me? I've got now listening here. I don't want to hear
The
that.
whole debate.
Yeah, man,
and
don't
it's
want to hear
happening
that.
face to face.
Yeah,
I'm
and
coming in the house. we're talking
all of that,
about it.
knocking on my door. Don't. Listen. Lights off. We're all in bed. We're all in bed.
He's like, shh, Kieran.
Yeah, we're all in
Kieran's
bed, man.
outside.
You didn't hear nothing. You might hear a little drop.
But I also think our generation has learnt and healed from a lot that our parents didn't do. Hence why we probably would feel more comfortable having sleepovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, again, similar to as you said, like your mum was doing. I think you have to vet the not necessarily vet, but vet in the same way. You've got to vet the parents and the household. Because what I've noticed, is that secondary school is a very transitional point for a young person. Who they become friends with, the crowd they keep, and the people they hang around with. So from a professional perspective as a teacher, I've noticed that it's very important for a parent to know the friends that their children have. You may not know all of them, because
Yeah, you won't know.
might
You won't
be
And
be
you're
boss.
not going to like all of them.
you're not gonna like
Yeah,
what it is, but
facts.
it's very important that you kind of at least let me go to this person's house. Yeah, I'm thinking his dad or I'm thinking his mum. How are you? Like, have a conversation, kind of get a feel, so you can kind of understand like what that family is like. Because if your child is spending so much time with them, that person's clearly gonna rub off on them.
Yeah.
They're gonna have some sort of influence. You want to be confident that the influence is cool. They're young, they're gonna do some dumb stuff, but at least it's some kind of something positive, and you know that you can kind of trust them to a degree. And I think that's really important, coming from like looking at it from a parental aspect.
I think I've also learned you have to vet your kid too.
Yeah.
I think vetting other people is fine, but you see, once you have installed and really rooted certain morals and foundations,
You say
no
that.
matter where, I'm not saying that they can't rub off or things don't change, but no matter where your kid goes, there's some things that's just like no, I don't care who you are.
This is the part where I'm like, at the end of the day, we're all individuals. I've said this now. As much as you can instill and throw all of that into your kid or a person, at the end of the day, it's up to that person to uphold whatever it is you give. So as much as you can, I'll do my best and instill all this stuff into my kids. I don't know if when I'm not there, if he's actually using these and actually like saying, you know what, my mom and dad said these kind of things won't run, especially when they're friends. Like, this won't run, so I'm not gonna do it. I don't know if he's always gonna uphold that, because again,
I think you will
temptation's
see
there as well.
signs.
Yeah, so but you know them by your fruit. That's scripture. I always find scripture. But
Yeah, true.
what you said is 100% right. However, I think the reason why, as a parent, you should have certain confidence that it is going to be.
Oh no, you're
there.
gonna have that belief, but it's always that.
Yeah, but just
what's
think of when
happening.
you're growing a fruit.
Yeah.
Whether it chooses to bear left or bear right, you know what you've put in it, which helps it grow. So whether
Yeah.
they don't put it in
Yeah,
there
true.
or it comes back, it's in there.
Yeah.
And I think as a parent, you have to know when to. That's the toughest. Everyone talks about the baby stage or when they're
No, it's the
The
point where they're
hardest part is
growing.
where you turn from being a parent to now you have to be a coach.
Yeah.
I have to trust that all the drills that I've taught you, when it's time to play, that you're gonna apply it, and I have to just stand at the sidelines and keep shouting the reminders in.
Yeah.
That's
But
it.
as they keep
That's what it
playing in
is.
this game, and they start analysing their friends, you'll find little things you hear them say, and you're like,
It's good.
Because I hear it in my son, he's like,
Yeah.
no, after their house is nasty, I ain't going there. I know what I'm like,
Good.
That reassurance.
It's
The seed
you
that
my
planted.
Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Or he says things like, no. One time he went out to a party, and I heard the door, and I'm thinking, there's only one person that has keys for this, other than me, that has keys for this house. And the time is too early for this boy to be returning. Come on, I said, why are you here? He was like, Mum, it was too much. They were loud, it was too much. I can't take all of it. Something just told me, no, I need to leave. He was like, so I said yes. Because I've been telling him about this discernment, like, Jesus, please, like, kick it at some point. But I was so confident to know that he's so secure in his character, and regardless of what fun is going on around him, he knew,
No, it's not for
I
me.
need to cut. Whereas some kids, they're so pressured by wanting to fit in, they'll stay. But sometimes I feel like those kids are the kids that are either left to their own devices or are not given no tools to learn how to, because they're just kept inside.
Yeah.
You're not going nowhere. You're not doing nothing.
Yeah.
So you have to have a balance, but you have to trust in what you've invested in them.
It's just, I think, it's like I said, it's a give and take. Have that trust and have that belief as well, because again, there's only so much you can do.
And I think there's another point of looking at it's like about failing forward. So they're gonna make mistakes. They're gonna do dumb things. They're gonna, do you know what I'm saying? But it's about failing forward. So it's like, all right, cool.
And
learn
this is
from
what-
this, and now can we take this and move forward?
This is what some parents struggle with when it comes to letting their kids. Cause even my mum, I say to her sometimes, I'm like, you gotta let man make a mistake.
Got to learn from it.
Like, life will teach you a lesson. Like, no matter how much talking you can do or I'm gonna do, it's not. That's not where the real lessons are. It's
game time.
life.
It's game
Like,
time.
now when you step outside your comfort zone, which is your home or your family and everything, you now step out to the outside world. Like, for instance, you go into the working world. You're thinking things are going to be sweet like at home. Brother,
Not sweet.
not sweet at all. Like,
Got
it's
100
a
emails.
cold-
I'm
you
not
got
gonna
100
lie, I'm struggling now with what you said, but it is so true. Because
It's like
as a
you
parent,
have to.
you want to protect your kid,
And I get that.
but you have to let them fail.
Yeah.
And sometimes the failing that they're doing can be...
Especially if it's based
It
on
can be
something-
tough.
Especially if it's
To
based
see
on,
from a parent
if it's
perspective.
based on something you know, you will recover from this, but you still need to go through this lesson. Like, you have to. You
Yeah, you
like, I know
have
you're gonna be fine. Like, you've got family, everything. You're gonna be supported regardless. But for you to grow as a person,
Yeah.
you've got to experience that.
And I think it's important that there's a conversation. So it's like, cool. You might have instilled certain things or said certain things to your child, and then they've made a mistake here and it's led to whatever. And it's at that point now we need to just kind of say, listen, I'm not going to shout, I'm not going to get at you, but I just want to point out the fact that remember when I said this is how you should be operating or this is how you should be doing certain things. And when you don't do certain things, whatever, this is
These
what
things
happens.
happen.
You need to be understanding and be mindful of this. So I think with kids, it depends on your child as well, because some people's children are different. Maybe
Yeah.
the harsh love works better. Maybe the softer approach. So you can kind of gauge it. But I think if we're talking about failing forward anyway, I think for that to be successful, there needs to be a conversation and understanding about where they've gone wrong and how they can improve and what they should do moving forward.
That's why I said I think the biggest, as a parent, the biggest thing I learned is identifying when you need to step down as mommy or daddy. And now it's like, okay, it's coach level.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly that. And you have to kind of be on the sidelines and watch them make mistakes. I give God thanks I don't have a bad
It's not nice
Yeah.
to see.
But I have a kid that sometimes you come like you don't have 2 ears.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. I think that's where certain parents struggle with letting go, because they know their kids so much. Like, they're looking, going, brother, I cannot let you. Brother, if you get into this, oh my days, I can't afford to let you get into this, because I already know what you are and how you're gonna react to this. So I'm gonna do my best to absolutely prevent it. But at the same time, you preventing it is stemming his growth.
100%. 100%. And
Because now you've stepped there, you've dealt with it.
he hasn't.
He hasn't. He doesn't know that this is gonna probably come up again in your life 4 or 5 times. You have zero experience on dealing with it. Because mom, and then now he's gonna be relying. You don't want him relying on you too much.
Do you know what? It's funny you say that, because one time he turned around and said to me, Mom, I know you love me, but you treat me like I'm going to break. I was like,
Yeah, man. Hey, you see them words there? No, you see them words there, man. Hear that when my mum was.
He's like me. He's good with words. So getting it back is sometimes getting back my wisdom is hard, you know.
Yeah.
Because when you're giving it and you're encouraging people and people listen, you're like, "Right, I didn't think of it like that." It's all great, but when my son flings it back at me
They're like,
in moments to do with parenting, I can't wrong you because you're right. I also can hear that the Lord has also bestowed you with wisdom, so I'm happy. But at the same time, I'm like, don't
Don't talk to me now.
don't talk.
Hey,
It's not
just
rude.
say rude, man.
It's not even rude.
I'm acknowledge this, but
And he was right. He was like, "Mum, you're so overprotective. Like, I'm okay." He was like, "Sometimes I don't tell you things, not because I don't trust you, but you're gonna cry."
do you know what? You see everything.
I'm like, Brenda.
You see everything
And
you
what
just
he's
said.
talking about isn't necessarily bad stuff. It's
Yeah.
like if he's going through a hard stage or if someone's upset him, he was like, "Mum, I know you're who you are, but if I go and tell you now someone violated me or someone was talking about me, you're gonna want to come to my college and you're gonna want to do this.
Yes,
and do that."
Yeah.
You see what everything he's doing is exactly what I've done with my mum. My mum, relax, man.
It's
Like,
hard
breathe.
to.
And I said it to her, and I get it. I know you, so I get why you're like this. I know it's hard for you to let go, but I'm good. Like, I'm good. And
You know
I have to remind them
you know
that
what's
the
crazy,
training.
yeah? As obviously people's children now, and not actually being a parent, I think I think Shaq's perspective is obviously a lot more richer because you're actually you've been through that process. You're still through that process. Do you get what I mean? So I can only imagine what that's like.
You stay there when you've got.
That's what I'm saying. So I know how I am. I'm a
precious.
I could over worry at times. Then the mindset, bare things start going in, and I already know when I have a child, I already know that's gonna be something I need to learn how to manage.
Times 10. So, for example, let me ask you this: you both are big brothers, yeah?
Yeah.
Think of how you are over your sibling. When your sibling's not answering the phone, no one can get through to them. Then you finally get through to them. How you're moving? Just think of that. Just so basic.
Yeah.
Now think of that as your own offspring.
That's mad.
That you've raised for. I'm not, and the reason why I mention the siblings is because sometimes I feel like sibling relationships are so undermined, but I think they're sometimes the most powerful relationships we can have. You do life more with your siblings than you do your parents, and sometimes your friends, depending on the sibling dynamic.
No, facts.
And in saying that, it just gives you a touch taste of what parenting is really like. And also, not knocking men, because you guys are very in tune and great fathers and they feel the same thing. But you see, when as a woman, yeah, there is a connection and a link that a woman has with her child. Like, have you ever heard or watched documentaries, yeah, where some, God forbid, you know, someone's child has been killed and the mum says, "I felt something.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep," or "there was a pain in my body." Like, women are connected, not just to the children, but the men we have children with. Because, you know, like a woman will always have, if she has carried your child, whether she's had the child or not, a woman always has your DNA.
DNA, yeah.
So that amalgamating with our DNA scientifically is going to change our small things that we may not even realize on the surface. So where you're telling me to relax, but when I'm in bed and you're out doing crosses, but you don't think I don't know you're out there doing crosses, but the spirit and the connection in me is telling me you're doing crosses. How am I supposed to lie in the bed?
I couldn't sleep.
It's
Someone
the
was
truth,
telling
bro.
me.
I used to
someone
think my mum
telling
was
me
being
that.
extra.
Yeah.
Until one time, this wasn't even for my son, this was for my little brother. I was like, I can't. Calling his phone, I said, something's not right. Cool. Then, about half an hour later, he called me. Pray. Locked off. Heart pumping because I already knew before the call something was off.
Yeah.
Now you're calling me, sound like you're blowing, and then you've just said pray and locked off. How am I supposed to be at peace?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want me to even do after this now?
Who
It's
does
Pray.
that?
like,
'Cause
yeah,
that's all I
can do. Literally, that's all I can do.
So now put
Don't
that
put
in
me in that
father.
situation, man, 'cause
Put
now
that
I'm
in father
panicking.
form. Imagine if
Yeah.
your sister, you're like, something ain't right. Why ain't my sister call me? Then she calls you, pray, please pray, and then locks off. Put that in father form. Look at your face now.
Everything is getting burnt down.
That's
bro.
my
Brother,
point.
I'm coming on a joker thing. Everyone can get it.
Do it is because
my,
Now
my
imagine
sisters
that-
can't send me a message like that because listen,
Right.
I ain't nothing settling.
Right, so now that's your
Nothing.
sister. And I'm not saying you're going to love your sister more than your kid. Like, no, but now
Oh, my
imagine
kid's
a
worse.
child you've made, T,
Yeah,
and
that's
you've
worse.
raised and you've nurtured and you now have entire responsibility over, comes and calls you with that. Or don't call you, everything's fine, but you're not sleeping.
And now man don't
And
go
then you
to bed.
get
I
home,
can't
and
go
then your
bed
child
if
gets
my
home and is
kid's
like,
at
Dad,
home.
why didn't you just go to sleep? I told you I'm calm. And they
Brother,
don't
you didn't
even
shut
know.
your
You
mouth.
had no choice.
You ain't shut your mouth, fam. I didn't
brother.
go to your bed, fam. No, I know you're home, fam. Don't panic me
Brother.
like that, fam. I'm trying to sleep, dog. You're out here coming
I
up
was
to me,
gonna tell
telling
that,
me silly. Go to bed, fam.
Really, shut up, fam. What time is it?
You see?
Bro.
So
Go
when
to bed, man.
when, God willing, we're still here, guys. When them lot become parents,
Go
I want
to
us to
bed.
revisit this conversation.
Bro,
I'm telling man, go
tell
to
him how you,
bed.
hey, brother.
Don't ask me questions. Don't talk to me like that.
If you make me feel like this again, you're gonna see.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go in a garden. We're gonna have to spar. Get the gloves out.
Get the gloves out.
Get the gloves out.
Get
You're
the gloves
a big
up.
boy now, yeah?
Get the head guards
You're a
in.
big boy now,
Let's
yeah?
go.
Yeah, let's go.
It's so funny when you
go.
start to understand your parents from a parent's perspective.
Yeah, no,
Because you
just
can
I
only
said it to
understand as a child.
Janice, I said it to my mum. I was like, Mum, I think because I'm getting older now, I understand you a lot more now.
Mm-hmm.
Because whenever I break down, oh, why was she like that in this moment?
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm older and I know that I'm at that stage where I'm gonna be a parent as well.
Mm.
I'm like, I look back at it going, she's not wrong for doing it like that. I'm not getting
not.
angry.
You ever
know?
look back and say, not even was she not wrong? Sometimes I'm like, I deserve the
No.
box
I said it now.
didn't
Looking
get.
back, I was a terrible youth. Terrible. I look back on everything I did and I'm like, raw, you actually stressed this woman out for no damn reason.
No reason.
Like, brother, what were you doing?
I went that bad still.
I went that
In
bad.
primary school, I was a loose cannon.
notorious-
I got kicked out in primary.
You did?
See,
Yeah.
primary, I was a good youth. Primary, I was a good
Why?
youth.
I was
Flips.
doing drills in primary, bro. I was moving mad.
I'm
Like,
in shock.
In year 4, I got kicked out end of year 4.
What was you on in year 4?
Forget any, listen, I never get anyhow,
In
man.
year 4?
Cool. This is a whole other episode. To go deeper into it, there was a lot happening. However, I do think my head teacher was a bit racist.
Oh, yeah.
And on top of that, I don't know what it was. When I was with my brother P and my brother George, yeah, it was just, I don't know, bro. We were just three musketeers. We were on anything.
Anything.
I was in year 4, like fighting year 5s and that.
Was you always tall?
In primary school, in my class, I was bigger than everyone.
Yeah, that's probably partially what it was.
And I was just violating. I remember just punching up guys in the year above for getting into scraps. But then, obviously, my sister's in year 6. So then I got the protection of her in year 6 as well. So it was all of that. Like, it was just a lot going on in the school. And then they just
Being
got
a
rid of
younger
me.
sibling gasses you still.
Bro, I was too pumped.
I'm a younger sibling, yeah.
I was
And
too
my
pumped.
siblings were known. And I didn't do bad things, but if you tested me, I used to be like, you don't want this problem.
Literally. If I make a couple calls now, I'm going to get long.
It
I was
long.
with my older cousin in secondary school. He was
For me,
outside,
cool.
so
That's what
I
my
used that
mum
as an
said.
escape,
She
huh?
said, when my sister was going to school, she went to Crofton. She said, yeah, Brian, one of my closest friend, P, he went Crofton. I wanted to go Crofton. My mum said, nah.
Yeah, she did
Your
that.
sister's already built up a reputation for herself in that school. It's not going well. You're not going there. I was like, bruh.
Why you gonna do me dirty?
Took it
like
on the
that,
chin.
man?
You should have did, well, look at me telling bad advice. I purposely failed all the other exams. And I made sure I did well in my sister's school.
Makes
My
sense.
mum didn't want me to go to my sister's school. Not for bad reasons. She was like, I want you to go.
Oh, you
Yeah,
telling me
okay.
this years too late, man.
I purposely felt like
I was trying to
let's say
go
the
black
question
and
was-
blue course with the man them.
Let's say
My
the
mum
question was
said
7
you're
times
not
2.
even.
I would write
Hey, listen-
152.
There was that was.
I was trying
Hey,
to
listen, you man don't understand. Literally, same thing you said. Everyone in secondary, in primary school, were like, we're all going blackie blue course. We're all going blackie blue course. We're all going. Everyone went except for me. Tell me, my mom has said, yeah, not.
You never going
happy.
again? King, oh, you go.
Crown
You went
Woods.
Crown Woods.
I've never heard of that.
Brother, mum.
Where did
that's-
you went? You didn't
I didn't even hear of it
No,
either.
I went Conisborough. Catford
I've
High.
heard of that either.
Catford High.
So how did you meet DG?
For Olivia. My sister.
Oh,
Remember they went to school
great.
together, innit? And
They
DG
did,
used
they
to
did,
live.
I met DG through my cousin Anthony. But I thought all of you lot went
Oh, Anthony.
Biggie.
Yeah, I know Anthony
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, nah, mumsy done me dirty, that one still. That's one I don't think I could ever let
Bro,
go.
I was like, I
I
went to
was
go
a
to my
little
sister's
schemer.
school. I was
I
upset,
used to know
man.
how to
I ain't
make
never
sure
let
I
That
got
was a
you know what,
smart
I'm gonna have
move
to
still.
call her. After this, I'm gonna say, yo, why do you not let me go blacky blue course, fam?
No, my mum
What was the
already,
hate,
because I
fam?
heard her talking to my aunt. No, Shakira's gonna go. She wanted me to go, New Kent Road, the girls' school.
St. Ursula's. What's that girls' school in Notre Dame?
Yeah, no, the other one. Notre Dame is near
St. Saviour's, no?
St. Saviour's. My mum wanted me to go to St. Saviour's. I remember sitting in an exam, and it's so funny. One of the girls I was sitting at the table, she ended up going to my school, St. Martin's, as well. we both was like, do you want to go? I said, no. She was like, what are you going to do? I was like, I'm going to fail the exam. And she was like,
Me too.
the light bulb went. She was like, I was like, yeah,
So
this is
smart.
what we do. But my mum
Yeah.
said I didn't
See,
get in
as
trouble.
He was speaking on another
As
level.
kids,
Yeah,
they
I
were so mischievous and scheming.
Shaq was sharp still, I can't lie.
listen,
That is
I
so
knew.
smart. I was not thinking like that.
I knew, because I was like, you mean to tell me one sister went one school, my other sister went Bacon's, but she left in year 9 and just went to the school my other sister went, which was St. Martin's. They were both in there,
To be fair.
build a reputation, not necessarily a bad one, but no one could mess with my siblings. That was what was just known. They don't trouble nobody, but you don't trouble Ivy Bernard.
Yeah.
You don't trouble them. So I'm like, you're trying to send me here? Nah.
I'm getting there.
I'm going there.
don't
And I
know,
set
man.
my mind on that. I didn't care.
I know your mum was
No, no.
pissed when she saw them results.
She was like, Shakira, I'm so sorry, but you're just going to... You got into St.
St.
Martin.
Martin's.
We didn't get your first. I was like, oh.
No.
Kind of daughter.
Hey, she's looking.
Like,
She's looking like, yeah.
I
Yeah.
was so ready to go to that... do you not remember the uniform shop on Dogkennel Hill? What was it
There's
called?
so many.
White Hawk Clovers.
No. It was something Wolf and something. Or going towards Lordship Lane. That's where they sold my uniform.
Oh, okay.
The
Because you're down
joyous
them
journey,
sides.
boy.
For the Lewisham people, it's White Hall Clovers, bro. If you
Hey,
go
they
there,
got White Hall
I've
Cafe.
seen-
go there too late, the line.
I've seen
Hey.
lines on lines. They even
Lines.
lines are even kicking out Enish, like Enish is just out of the way. Them man are lining up the whole section.
Crazy, bro. I remember
said,
going there before. I
"Fair."
was like, this is
Yeah.
madness.
Hey, on a Saturday, you see when I used to go training, you see after training, man's getting the bus back to Louis. You just go past it, you just
See bare kids.
bare parents in Pickney.
I actually remember
Lining
like
up.
going there summertime before you start school again. Mum used to go early. Let's go early, get all your stuff, and you're good. But what happened was, I remember she got all my stuff early one time. By the end of summer, bro, I grew a bit.
This is why I do. The week
Man's
off-
coming into shoot.
the week of going back to school, you know, it's always like the Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
I go the end of the last week, or I'll take leave off of work if I have it.
Yeah.
To go then, because I did that a few times, and I'm like, this is robbery. It's been sitting there freshly pressed with the plastic over it, waiting for this day, and you mean to tell me in the 6 weeks there you're grown?
Yeah.
All that money you're not getting back unless the shop is nice. Sometimes you get a nice person that will take it back. Sometimes you don't.
A couple inches into that big man, fam.
Bro,
You
'cause
already
I
done the
remember, I
measurements.
think the maddest, I remember when I checked my height. So before we started sixth form, 'cause obviously for the viewers who didn't know, that's where I met my brother T here.
Come on.
Bring my brother Denz in the back. Met my brother Denz in sixth form, yeah, in CTK. I remember by the end of year 11, I remember I was in Croydon Shopping Centre with my mum, and she let me go on some thing that tests your height, weight, you know them things, BMI and that. I remember I'd done that in year 11. I was 5'10" in year 11.
Respectable.
Near the end of year 11, I was 5'10". I was like, right, okay, cool. Started sixth form now. Started getting gym in the sixth form. Got my height tested in the sixth form gym. The guy came and told me I'm 6'1". I said, what?
What? Yeah, that's wild. That's
I said, oh,
I don't think.
I said, what? But I told me I'm 6'1". I said,
Yeah.
yo. And then I started clocking. By the way, like certain interaction I'm having in sixth form, I'm looking around, I was like, bro, everyone's beneath me, bro. Like, what's going on?
It must
watch
be
your
so
mouth.
interesting.
No, not like that. Not like that. Not like that.
Hey, watch your
but
mouth.
It was, bro, no, but
How dare
imagine,
you?
I was average height. Then
And
I
then
got
next thing you
past
know,
average.
Yeah.
And I was just like, rah. And then slowly, up until I got to about 20, bro, I didn't stop growing. To about
We
20.
need to end this shortly, but before we, I remember ask me how I used to measure my the fridge. Until I could look over.
Back it up next to
I
the
tiptoed a little bit.
Nah, you know, not even that. Not even that. Until I could look over it. Yeah, you're not tall, my guy.
Yeah. Do you know
You're
what I
not
used
tall.
to do?
Until the day I said, oh,
I can see.
see the crumbs on the top of the
I
fridge.
can see all the dust up here.
Yeah, let's go.
I remember when I was in like year 7, year 8, year 9, I remember I used to stand next to him. Come on, I was quite tall. I used to stand next to him. Bro, I'm almost on your shoulder. I'm almost on
Yeah,
your shoulder.
they always
and
do
then I remember when I just started eclipsing my mum, I said, yeah.
See, my mum's a midget.
We're live now. We're live now. We're live now. It's long.
Yeah.
Went past my older sister as well. Eclipsed her. She was just like, rah. Then I used
As
to
you
think.
can see,
I used to
didn't
think.
have this. I'm
I used to
still
think
5'4"
DG, DG, all of them man. Yeah, they used to come link my sister and that. Bro, I'd be like, these man are so tall. Bro, by the time I hit year 11, I was same height with them man. Then sixth form came. I surpassed them man as well. I said, yeah.
Where my chain
You're
at?
that guy now.
Where
still.
my
I was
chain
like,
at, man? Where my chain?
I was like, raw. I didn't think I was gonna be
Fine.
this tall though.
But yeah,
But-
man.
On that note, I think that was a good reflection. And we just wish all the best for all the kids taking your GCSEs. I know times
Indeed.
are changing, but
Thanks.
please apply yourself.
Yep.
100%.
Study,
Yep.
get what you need to get, and move on to the next step. And with that
complete
being
this.
said, this is
Yeah.
the SOS Pod. We love you all.
Bow.
Out.
See you
Wow.
soon.